Hey everyone.
Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to People Are the Worst.
Welcome to new patrons, Carol, Elizabeth, and Tiffany. Hey new friends.
You look cute. What's going on? Is it because it's Friday?
Friday. Sure. Yeah, we could say that. No, me and Barrett are sneaking in a date before going to get this kid from daycare, which you got to do these days. A pre-pickup beer. Yeah, he's been really busy lately, and we're just gonna sneak one in.
With what? Why?
Work.
Oh, work. Duh. Oh my gosh, shout out. Hey, B. Good job putting in the long hours. Shout out his small biz. We love a small biz shout out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my husband Barrett owns his own company, Luxury Innovations. It's home automation. He can make your entire home a smart home. Everything on our house is controlled by an app and via our phones. It rocks. He's very good. Look him up, use him. Although I'm hesitant to even say that because I don't want him more busy.
Oh, I know. Yeah, y'all's home is crazy.
No, I'm just kidding. We want, get him some more biz. So, if you're in the Atlanta area, that's convenient, but he'll go pretty much anywhere.
Yeah,
Fly
just
anywhere.
Charlotte. Oh, well, he'll fly, yeah. But he was in Charlotte recently, right?
Yeah, he did he did a brewery in Charlotte.
Oh, cool.
A few things in Greenville. Yeah. So Luxury Innovations, Barrett Blackstock.
He rocks it.
He rocks it.
He doesn't have a website, but we follow him on Instagram, I think, right?
Luxury Innovations. You can
look
Google
up
his name
who we follow.
Yeah.
Or Google his name, sure.
Or Google his name. His email will come up.
I love that. Well, love that. B, what up? Shout.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Also, special shout out to Bailey, who is a behavioral health professional who reached out to us about one of our episodes. Y'all, this is the information we need. She heard the episode, I cannot remember which one it was, but we were talking about how the voices someone hears with schizophrenia varies from country to country. Like in America, they tend to hear, their voices tend to say like negative things like hurt people, potentially kill people. Obviously not all. But in India, I think it was India, they tend to hear more motivational things like spread the Lord's word, things like that.
It was an early episode. It was yours. It was Rebecca's too. I do not know which one though.
I know, me neither. And she said professionals think the reason that is because people with mental illness in other countries are more accepted. They're part of the community, sometimes even celebrated. Whereas in America, they're ostracized, kind of villainized, and essentially treated like shit. I'm just kidding. She didn't say treated like shit. I'm just, paraphrasing. It's very interesting, and it makes sense.
So thanks for writing in, Bailey. That was dope.
Yeah, that was dope. Thank you. Any more input you have, I'd love to hear it.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about the Titan. Okay, fine.
Oh, no, we can. I was just kidding.
Y'all, they found debris 1,600 feet away, or yards, feet from the Titanic wreckage, and it has been determined to be the Titan submersible or whatever submarine.
Surely you already know this.
By this time y'all do already know this. But here's the thing. Rachel, when you learn about Titanic in like 5th grade or whatever, and you're like fascinated with it, that never went away from me. I am obsessed with the Titanic. So literally my phone has been blowing up all week being like, you were the first person I thought of with this. It is.
I think in an early episode, you talked about Ocean Gate. There was something that was like, no, yeah, you can go see the Titanic for a cool $250 or something. It was something quick, but I was like, oh, you can? I didn't even know.
Maybe I knew that. I knew that it was becoming a thing that, very, very rich people can do, like go to space and things like that. Or researchers, obviously. I know James Cameron's been there. Mm-hmm. Again, the very wealthy. And now there's like uproar from the victims of the Titanic, their families saying like, this is so insulting. It's a grave site, like let them rest in peace. But I'm like, you could say that about the 9/11 memorial.
Yeah.
Is anyone insulted that people go visit that? No. I mean, anyway, the Titan thing was insane. My absolute favorite recap of it is from Rob Anderson on Instagram. It's like Heartthrob Anderson. He's a comedian. He really goes into like how it was just like some rigged up submarine. It followed no regulations. The CEO, who was the captain or pilot or whatever on the submarine, said he didn't want to hire a bunch of old 50-year-old men and experts. He wanted visionaries and young people. Like, it's given me a lot of WeWork vibes. And it was, it makes me cringe. And now it's like, it is so sad for the victims, but I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe.
It makes me short of breath.
It gives me so much anxiety.
I know. And those and the son, that 19-year-old, apparently was petrified to go on it.
He did not want to go. He only went because it was Father's Day.
Yeah. Oh,
God. But it's just crazy. Rob Anderson has a good recap of like how they ignored regulations and people, but he's like doing it in a funny way. I'll just tell you that right now.
Yeah, he's a comedian. I think
experts, yeah, did. Experts came out and was like, this is a very bad idea. Like, please stop sending this that far down to the ocean. Like, it is not past any of the regulations. Like, oh God, it gives me so much anxiety.
How many successful trips did they have?
They did a few in the past 2 years. I think the first one was in 2021, but they've done a couple since then. I don't know how many exactly, but like, you get in and they bolt you in with 17 bolts. Oh, it just
God,
gives me
it.
Willies.
Me too. And you get a little sack. Oh my God, the tweet. That's
I can't. There was 96 hours of oxygen.
We have to explain.
Okay, well, that kind of goes into that. There was 96 hours of oxygen. But it was never tested against 5 people being in there. So they probably ran out, and it imploded before they even got the test. Like, it's been imploded the whole time, I think.
That's good. I'm sorry.
If that's the case, it went lightning fast. So no one suffered. No one was panicking for 2 days or 4 days or whatever. So that actually is best case scenario. But yeah, someone tweeted out like, do you have the tweet? What was her father? Like some expert
engineer. Hold on.
Yeah. It's in our screenshot, in our sister's text.
So it says, I texted my engineer dad about the Titan, and his reply is morbid to say the least. I'm just going to get to
it's a very long text.
It's a very long text. And it says, horribly unsafe design, no navigation system, poor communication system, exposed thrusters, no inflatable flotation collar once it rises, limited air supply locked in, no way to get out, no way to get fresh air when on the surface. I'd be nervous taking it to the deep end of our pool, never mind 13,000 feet below surface and total blackness and cold and 6,000 pounds per square inch pressure.
Oh God.
Interesting choices. This is what really, I was like, oh shit. Interesting choices about life and death and air. Enough air for 5 people for 4 days, or air for 1 person for 20 days. Who goes first and why and when? When you realize you need more than 4 days to be saved, does the irresponsible CEO go first? Does the billionaire offer to give billions to those who take their lives? Does everyone sacrifice to save the 18-year-old? I was like, oh my God, if those conversations are had, but it doesn't sound like they were. Thank God. But that shit like that, I was like, I am short of breath.
Really puts it into perspective.
Oh God.
And the thing is, the CEO was told things like that over and over. Like, this is very unsafe. People will die in this. A whistleblower got fired a couple of years ago for bringing this up. Like, and his whole thing is like, we need visionaries. This is a thing. We're going to control the PlayStation controller. Like, give me a fucking break. Right. This is nonsense.
All right. Going into my story now. And I'm telling you about Quinn and Reid Gray.
Rebecca's telling Rachel about Quinn and Reid Gray.
I'll announce who I am 100 times, like Rach does.
Just helping out.
Kidding. Just kidding. My sources are Dateline, Florida Times, The Grunge, and it's under a section of The Grunge called The World is Weirder Than You Think, which sure is.
Truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah. Quinn Gray is a 37-year-old woman living in Ponte Vedra, Florida, with her husband, Reid, and 2 daughters who are 6 and 8 years old. Reid hit it big in the healthcare industry, so they're sitting real pretty in a $4.5 million home on the beach. So they're living that cushy life.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. On September 4th, 2009, Reid comes home from work to find a ransom note. 3 men had taken Quinn and were holding her hostage for $50,000 that he owed a loan shark. And the note stated that if cops are called, she'll be killed.
Holy shit.
I know. Like, can you imagine? What would be the first thing you do? If you got home,
God.
there's a ransom note that said if you call the cops, Payne's a goner.
Call the cops.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would think my phone would be tapped.
I just feel like in most of these stories, the kidnappers are too dumb to actually know how to do all this.
I know, but it's like an immediate mind fuck. I'm like, I don't know if they're actually in the house hiding and seeing if that I'll call the cops, they're going to jump out and kill me. I don't know.
I don't know. Or because when you do hear about these, everyone's like, no, you absolutely need to call the cops.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe go to a neighbor's house and use their phone if I'm that scared.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, call my friend and be like, hey, let's go out for coffee real quick. Use her phone, something.
I get that.
But yeah, I would absolutely get the cops involved.
100%. He arranged for his daughters to stay at a friend's house to shield them from the chaos that was about to happen. And he went down to the sheriff's office while a SWAT team was deployed to his house. When they searched the home, they found the ransom note. But also, there's a photo album on the couch open to Quinn's wedding picture. It's really creepy. The body
it's just her?
Yeah.
Okay.
The body cam shows it. And I'm like, ooh, this is like creepy vibe. Reid denies having ever borrowed money, even telling the cops he made 1.3 last year. And so $50K isn't much to him. And he would have no reason to borrow it. As the husband, they obviously questioned him first. But he said he and Quinn had a great marriage. They were the best they've ever been. She's a great wife, a great mother, and they're even talking about having a third baby. He stayed at the sheriff's office until about 2 a.m. and early the next morning received a call from Quinn, which was recorded because detectives have already tapped his phone. And she says he'll get a call later that day with further instructions. You can hear in his voice shaking when he says he loves her and he's about to break. It's really sad.
Oh, I got chills when you said that. That's sad.
I know. The sheriff rolled out a mobile command center to a secluded area near Reid and Quinn's house and waited for the next contact from the kidnappers. The next day it comes, and again, it's Quinn, and she's frantic this time, telling Reid the drop-off location, but the reception is a little spotty. So you can hear her say, go down Butler Boulevard and take a left on South Side. And he interrupts her, almost frustrated. I was like, well, wait, I need to write this down. You can't just... And she fucking flips. I would too. I'm sorry. The amount of stress she's under, I dare you to act put out.
Listen, you better be laser effing focused.
Right.
I'm sorry, you're not going to have a chance to grab a legal pad and a pen. No. Listen to me. Butler Avenue is probably a big street. Southside, you got this.
And your house has turned into a police department. There are cops all around you. You know your phone's tapped. You can play it back. Play it back later.
Yeah, come on.
But it is a very high stress situation. It gives me like, oh my God, just listen. Fucking Reid, listen.
She loses it. What does she say?
She loses it. She's sobbing, yells at him that he does not have time to write it down. Just go down Butler Boulevard and take a left. And through irritated cries, she says they know that he got the cops involved and they're going to kill her, and the phone cuts out.
Oh.
30 minutes later, another call came in instructing Reid to go to another location, a Chick-fil-A parking lot. This
what? I just been like, what if they just started going at it on the phone? She's like, you're always doing this. This is why we got in that fight that Christmas. It's like they just really started dredging up old stuff.
So you expect me to be a mind reader? I need to write down the location.
And the kidnappers are like, wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up.
Or they're like really uncomfortable and they're like,
they're like,
okay, can you take this in the other room?
Slowly backing away. And they're like, this seems private.
This whole story reminds me of your bonus episode.
Yep. Carrie Lawson.
Yeah. If patrons, you know that one. I think is like the 3rd episode. So anyway, she tells him to go to a Chick-fil-A parking lot and tells him to bring the convertible, have the top down, and drop the money off. But he says he's not doing shit without actually exchanging her. He's not dropping it off and leaving. He wants to see her.
Yeah.
Very reasonable. Very reasonable.
I love that request. Yeah.
Sure. And the cops are like, yeah, no way. She's getting in your car if you're giving them a dime. So the cops put undercover cars in the Chick-fil-A parking lot and tell Reid to play dumb to buy them some time to better prep. So he needs to act like he doesn't know which Chick-fil-A parking lot it is, which makes me so nervous. I'm like, she's going to fucking lose her shit. Please don't.
Here we go again.
I know. I'm like, oh my God, do not play dumb. She's going to be so pissed. But he does. And she's frantically telling him it's by the Avenues Mall and to hurry. And he reiterates that he wants to see her first and clicks, hangs up.
What year is this? Sorry.
2009.
We always do that. Okay.
I know. Before Reid leaves with the money in hand, he gets another call from Quinn telling him that they spotted 3 cop cars near the Chick-fil-A, so they have to move locations again and wait for further instructions. Investigators take Reid back to his house in an unmarked car and set up a command center inside the house this time. And the moment they walk in the door, Reid gets another text from Quinn that says, whose Ford is in the driveway?
Wait. A command center inside the house this time. Where was it? They
in a remote location near the house.
Oh, okay. That sounds smarter. Okay. I thought you meant like they took over the whole street. I'm like, Jesus.
No.
Oh, okay. Wow. They said, so they saw a car in the driveway. Uh-oh.
So now they know that they're watching the house, which apparently is very weird for kidnappers to do. They're not playing by the typical normal rules of a kidnapper. So it's throwing police all off, and they call in the FBI. And the FBI finds that in between calls that Quinn is making, the kidnapper is taking out the battery of her phone, which completely deactivates it and makes it untraceable.
Whoa.
One kidnapper knows what they're doing.
Holy shit.
So the only thing that they have to go off of is pings while it's in use. They're tracing those and see that some activity is out a lot further than others. So they think that they're moving and send cops to an area west of Orlando and thought they were honing in on them. But they made a very critical error. Before tracing the calls, they had to get a judge's approval. And in the rush to fill out paperwork, someone made a typo on the phone number. So they're tracking the wrong phone.
It is very similar to the Carrie Lawson case.
Right? I know.
Carrie Lawson was like 1990, 1987 maybe. This is crazy.
Yeah. They wasted an entire Saturday following the wrong person.
Oh my God. Y'all.
And no phone calls were made by Quinn the entire day. So at this point, her mom, Gail, is driving down from Georgia and gets to their house around 2 a.m. And she said she walks into a war zone. There's SWAT teams everywhere. They're hiding in the house. They're even on the roof. She's like, they turned their house into a police department.
Oh, wow. They're hiding in the house?
Yeah. I don't know.
But she spots them?
No, they just tell her. They fill her in. SWAT team is everywhere. Come on.
Y'all, I'm tired. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Sorry about that. That was stupid. Cut it if you want.
Yeah. And hostage negotiator Tony Kravick. Do you have something funny to say?
No, I'm just that was just so dumb. I'm like, I in my head, I picture she walk in and they're standing behind a plant. And she's like, I see y'all. It's so stupid.
It is stupid.
Please don't unsubscribe.
Yeah. And hostage negotiator Tony Kravick had Gail send a text to Quinn every 20 minutes, hoping the kidnappers were reading them. And I would say things like, I love you. I hope you're safe. Everyone's really worried. So this would hopefully humanize Quinn and they wouldn't hurt her. They all went unanswered until about 9 a.m. the next morning when she got a text from her saying, have the money in a bag, no traceable devices, no Reid whatsoever. If he's anywhere close, she is dead. No cops. Be ready by 11 a.m.
That was to Gail?
Yeah. So now they're done with Reid. They only want to use her elderly mom, who is more controllable than Reid is. She's a 62-year-old manager at Walmart who breeds dogs on the side. She could not be further out of her comfort. She's no Liam Neeson. No.
Let's get that guy in here.
No shit.
She has no special set of skills. That's for damn sure.
So they instruct her to go to a public beach, and in the bathroom will be further instructions. She does exactly what she's told. She has the money, which is only $10,000, and a blue bag, which has a tracking device, and finds the further instructions in the toilet paper holder in one of the stalls. Can you imagine being a stranger and just finding that?
Oh God, I'd freak out.
The note was in Quinn's handwriting telling her to go to Joe's Crab Shack and drop off the bag. There's an unmarked FBI helicopter in the air. There are undercover cops everywhere. She puts the bag in the bush as instructed. And not too long after, a group of 3 men approach the bag, kick it a little, and pick it up and put it in the back of an SUV and leaves. The cops are on them, and they're going through little neighborhoods, like clearly trying to ditch surveillance. Then all of a sudden, they see them pull into a gas station, and Jacksonville PD pulls in behind them, gets out, and talks to them. Now, in an attempt to have no media involved, the FBI and Sheriff's Department didn't tell Jacksonville PD about any of this.
Oh, what?
So they have no idea why they pulled in behind them, why they're getting out to talk to them. So the FBI intervenes, and it turns out that these are 3 college foreign exchange students who stumbled upon the bag and got scared when they saw how many cars were following them. So they themselves actually called 911. I was like, hey, we found money, and now we're being followed by a bunch of people. So we're good. We want you to take the damn bag.
Oh my God.
No, how crazy is this? Hi, we seem to have stumbled upon a sketchy situation that we want no part of.
And a lot of money. I mean, they should have known. Well, I guess not. Never mind. They're just kids. But, that's so weird.
3 men. They thought that.
Are we sure?
Sure what? That wasn't them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if they called the police, sure. But oh my God. That crazy.
Recording is on. I mean, it's a call to 911. It's on recording. You can listen.
Oh my God, I'd be so scared if I just walked by a bush and there was a duffel bag in it. I'd be like, everyone run.
Yeah, I think it's a bomb.
Oh my God. And they kick it to make, woo.
Oh my God. Once when I was coming home from work in DC, I was on the bus and a man got on, dropped off a duffel bag, and then got off.
No, arrest.
You've never seen so many arms pull the thing to stop the bus. Everyone got off.
Did the bus driver not say we're not doing this?
No, it just happened too quick. He got on, dropped it, got off. We're like, nope. No idea what it was.
There wasn't a formal evacuation, or it was just like everyone got the hell out of there.
Everyone just got the hell out of there.
Well, what about the bus? What about the bus driver?
I don't know. I'm sure he called WMATA. That's the bus system.
Okay.
Or the Metro Police Department and said, hey, come check this out. But I don't think it was anything, obviously.
What the hell's that guy's problem? It's had to been something.
Scary. You've never seen so many arms pull a stop cord.
Oh my God.
I was like, nope, we will walk the rest of the way. Anyway. So yeah, it's just like that.
It's exactly like that.
So the kidnappers call Quinn's mom pissed, and the FBI tells Gail to be more aggressive and kind of fight back, which backfires because the man fires a round while on the phone and will not let her mom talk to Quinn again. So Gail's panicking.
Oh God. She's like, I was just doing what I was told. How many days has this been at this point?
They lost the Saturday, so this is Sunday. She was kidnapped on Friday. Now this is Sunday.
Okay.
That's my next line. The next day is Sunday.
Oh, okay.
And they hadn't heard Quinn's voice all day, but she texts her mom that she's alive and they won't let her have phone access anymore, but to check Reid's email. And in Reid's email was a proof of life shot of a very distraught Quinn who honestly didn't look like herself. And apparently when you take a picture, there's GPS coordinates tied to it and cops can trace it back to the location it was taken from.
Oh my God, I'm learning so much.
So within minutes, they're on the way to the location, but by the time they get there, they're gone.
I'm exhausted.
It's exhausting. Local news did get wind of Quinn's disappearance, and they run a story on it, and the kidnappers see it, which really pisses them off. They've threatened to kill her if this leaks, so the FBI come up with a cover story that the cops found Quinn's car abandoned and came to her house to check on her, and when she wasn't there, they started searching for her. This would not happen in a million years, but the kidnappers buy it. And I don't think that the news reported that she was kidnapped, just that she's missing.
Yeah. I hate to call bluff on 3 potentially dangerous people, but I'm like, at this point, everything they've said happened. Like, if this happens, we'll kill her. If this happens, all of it's happened. I'm like, you're not going to kill her. So now, Quinn, do whatever the fuck you want. Bolt. Get the hell out of there. Let's go.
Totally.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
Don't underestimate the intimidation factor
Oh, I'm all talk. If I were being held hostage
I know.
against 3 men and they kept not killing me, you think that would change my fear at all? No.
I know. Because it could switch at any moment. You never know.
Sure.
Yeah, so I don't think the news knew that all they said was that she was missing. So they still don't know. FBI convinces the kidnappers they don't know that negotiations are happening, that they don't know she's been kidnapped. Chill. Because Gail is emotionally drained, sitting at the house all day waiting for a call from the kidnappers, Tony, the hostage negotiator, decides to take her to FBI headquarters to kind of change scenery. They're sitting in the courtyard and her phone rings. And for some reason, I'm guessing maybe because of the location change, this call is not recorded. But when Gail answers, Tony, what?
I don't know. Your buildup is scaring me.
Sorry.
I got chills.
Oh, good. But when Gail answers, Tony said the blood rushed from her face. Oh. And Tony immediately starts recording her side of the conversation. And it is really sad. She's yelling Quinn's name, asking if they're hurting her. She's sobbing. She clearly can't understand what Quinn is saying. But according to Gail afterwards, it sounded like they were hurting her and she was possibly listening to her daughter's murder.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. The recording on Gail's side is so sad. Later that day, a 911 operator receives a call, and it's Quinn. She had been pushed out of a van and was standing in a mall parking lot.
What?
I know. This gets batshit, guys. She's obviously shaken up and screaming into the phone that she's Quinn Gray, she's free, and she's been kept in a room for 3 days, tied to a chair. So they take her to FBI's Jacksonville headquarters, and you can hear her on one of the interrogation room's recording devices, and she's a wreck running into that place. She's crying that they almost got her killed. She then tells them that she's always felt that her husband had a dark and sinister side to him, and she's confident that he wanted her killed. She thinks that he was fucking up on purpose.
Oh, but not behind it. He just lucked out?
No, she thinks that he's behind it.
Oh, okay.
And one of the detectives actually agrees with her. He didn't have a good feeling about Reid because the first thing he asked when going down to the sheriff's office was, is the media involved? Not the first thing to be concerned with if your wife's been kidnapped.
Unless you're like saying it in like have y'all gotten media involved? Like, let's get the word out there. I could see asking about that.
To me, it's opposite. To me, it's like, if the media is involved, the kidnapper said they'll kill her. So,
yeah. Okay.
So to me, I'm not as put off by that, but they were.
Okay.
So they bring him in for questioning, and he does reveal that despite what he said earlier, they did have a bit of a rocky marriage. He explains there had been some infidelity on both sides. She apparently went out one night, got drunk, came home at 3 a.m., and he found her underwear in her purse. And he threatened to divorce her, but instead just started dating other people behind her back. But according to him, they had resolved all these issues, and obviously he denies any involvement, even taking a lie detector test, which he does pass.
Mm-hmm. I don't care about that.
So before you stop this episode because you think you've got it all figured out, don't.
Don't tell me what to do. I figured it out. Bye. Closing my computer now.
That's it. Quinn comes back to the FBI office 2 days later after getting some much-deserved rest and explains what happened the day of her kidnapping. That day, on Friday, she had a facial, she ran errands, and when she got home, she was in her closet changing clothes, and there was a man hiding in her bedroom. Oof. He comes out with a gun and tells her not to be stupid, and he's not there for her, but there for $50,000 that Reid owes a loan shark. And again, to reiterate, they're rich. What?
That's what I was just thinking. $50,000. Sure.
Right.
Why would he borrow that?
I know. So she's thinking that's weird. She doesn't think Reid would do that unless they're secretly having money issues. She notes that their monthly mortgage is $25,000. So double that, you would think that he wouldn't need a loan for. Like, don't get me wrong, $50,000 is a shit ton to the average person. But the same goes for non-millionaires. Like, if your mortgage is $1,000 a month, you typically wouldn't have a problem paying $2,000 in a bind, in a sticky situation. Like, certainly wouldn't need to take a loan out for it.
I am really stuck on a $25,000 mortgage. That is a problem.
It blows my mind.
How much did they buy it for?
Like $4.5.
$4.5 million.
Are you going to back into the down payment?
I'm trying to back into
the down payment.
Do we know interest rates? I'm just kidding. No. We're not going to be able to back into it. But I'm like, so y'all put 0 down? I don't understand.
I don't know. I'd have to find X. I'd have to find X.
We gotta find X. After this, get out your legal pad and pen.
She's much more clear about what she thinks happened. She thinks she was brainwashed in those 72 hours of captivity and does not think that Reid was trying to kill her. She continues that the man made her write that ransom note, and he made her write 3 men were there, but it was actually just one who abducted her. He bound her, threw her in the van, and drove her to a warehouse or a car repair shop, and she was zip-tied to a chair. And she has all these marks to prove it. She's left alone for hours and notices there are other chairs in the same position like hers, but they're empty. It's like other people had been there before, and this was a torture chamber. The kidnapper eventually comes back and cuts her out of the zip ties to let her sleep on the ground, and he gets up next to her and starts kissing her neck.
Ugh, gross.
And he does do the inevitable. He rapes her for the first time. The next day, the man moves her to a motel, the Emerson Inn, and he threatened to kill her husband and girls if she didn't cooperate. She said they did go to Publix, and he bought chicken and other specific items. So the cops go to that Publix and pull surveillance and find the man buying exactly what Quinn said.
Oh, that was really stupid.
Why?
To go to Publix?
Oh, it's stupid on the kidnapper's part. I thought you meant on the cop's part. I was like, what?
No,
Why?
that was just like,
oh, I know.
Wow. I'm sure he did a lot of things with surveillance, but like that was just really dumb.
I know. It's like all these people, they go to a Home Depot or a Walmart parking lot. I'm like, big stores will always have surveillance. Why don't people learn?
And I mean, I'm glad they did, but they let her go after that. Like, obviously she's going to go tell them. I mean, wow.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Sorry. Go on.
So they blast out this video, and before you know it, a man named Jasmine Asmanovic calls into the police station and tells them he saw his picture on the news and he needs to talk to someone because he has no ties to this case. So they bring him in, and he seems pretty cocky. Before the detective even comes into the interrogation room, he's like setting up a tea time on the phone.
Oh, Jasmine is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jasmine thinks that he's going to play golf that day.
Oh.
So Jasmine is a Bosnian immigrant who is an auto mechanic, but he's putting himself through school for criminal justice and is about to graduate. He does not seem like the gangster type to need to kidnap someone for ransom. And when they show her a picture to him, he doesn't know who she is and says she just looks like another blonde chick. He doesn't know.
And it was him on the surveillance?
Yeah, he says
from
that's
Publix?
me. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay.
But not only did Quinn identify him as her abductor, the clerk from the motel identified him coming in with her. Even gave the specific room number 207 that they stayed in. So Jasmine thinks he's being set up to be the fall guy because Quinn's some rich white girl and they need to depend on someone. And Quinn even said she thinks her kidnappers were from Albania, not Bosnia. And he essentially just starts laughing at that and was like, that right there should tell you that's not me. He's like, have you ever seen an Albanian? And like really shaming the cops. But he's buying the exact things that Quinn said.
Wait, that is so, I'm like so torn.
I know. And the motel clerk ID'd him.
That's the weirdest. Well, no, it's all weird. I don't know what's the weirdest. Okay. I'm torn, but I'm like on a side. I don't know why. Maybe I don't need to be.
Well, that's what the detective said. Jasmine starts driving him crazy because he was trying to control the interview. He starts talking about how high his IQ is and that this is all bullshit.
Yeah, he's pissed. He's got a tea time to make.
I know. And up until this point, I'm totally with Jasmine. I'm like, this, I would be like, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. This seems like a racist problem. Get out of here. Go make your tea time.
But no, the motel guy, no.
I know. I mean, he's very convincing that they have it all wrong. But the IQ comment, I'm like, God, these fucking criminals always think that their IQ's higher. So I'm like, let me think. And then he says, no, this is bullshit. And I'm going to explain why. And he admits, yes, he does know Quinn. And he's not an idiot. He saw this finger pointing coming from a mile away and then tells them he has a recording they might be interested in.
Oh my God. Chills.
I feel like I'm the sinister one. Famous in my family. I wonder what my girls think right now. I wonder if they have any idea what's going on. We want to follow up a heavy word. What? Whatever story we come up with, you stick to it. We both have to stick to the same story.
And I'll recap what she said because I know that audio sucks. So they're laughing and she jokes, I'm starting to feel like the sinister one doing this to my family. I wonder what my girls think right now. Whenever this is all over, I have your word. Whatever story we come up with, we stick to it. And he says something like, yeah, we both need to stick to the same story or we're both fucked. Yep, it was all a scheme. She faked her own kidnapping.
Wait, first of all, I for a moment forgot she had kids,
Mhm.
young kids.
Yeah.
Holy
and I'm playing only
shit.
clips of it, but he is literally recording. This recorder is in his pocket all weekend. It is hours. They are laughing at the fact that cops or FBI can't find them. She's talking to Jasmine about how she can't believe she came up with this. They're having sex. It records her making the marks on her wrist to be the zip ties. And she's like, look what I did. I did it with the rope, because he leaves her for one night to be alone in the hotel. I don't know why. But she was like, look what I did when you were gone. I put marks on my wrists and ankles. It's like,
what?
they were laughing about it. It's crazy. And the clerk at the motel did ID Jasmine and ID Quinn too, as the woman holding his hand. Mm-hmm.
Then, like, with or without the public saying, with or without anything, when Quinn came to them saying, I've been kidnapped, I escaped, or whatever, we were in this motel at one point, did she not think they were going to go straight to that motel and ask every single employee if they saw a girl in distress and what room and all that? And they were like, yeah, she was holding some guy's hand.
This is what makes no sense to me. I think she really thought, I'm going to pin it on this guy and I'm going to go with the brainwashing story.
Wait, so what was, she just needed a vacation?
So here's the thing.
This is very,
I know.
Sherry Papini.
Very
Sherry Papini.
It is.
I'm pissed.
It's so obnoxious. Okay, here it is. They met at a gas station, started an affair, and decided to try to extort $50,000, which makes no sense because A, her husband threatened to divorce her a few times because she was cheating on him, and she didn't want to. Her mother backs that up, so Quinn did not want a divorce. She would have probably gotten more than $50K in a divorce settlement. So
well, maybe they had a prenup. That's why she didn't want a divorce.
Yeah, maybe. I think they started out young. I think they've been together for a while. Like, he wasn't rich. I mean, maybe they put one in place. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they grew their wealth together. I don't know. B, what's the plan next? You stay with your husband and you pocket the earnings. You split it with your new boyfriend. You're not riding off into the sunset with them. That would require a divorce that you don't want, apparently.
Did she, mid fake kidnapping, did she have like a change of heart? Like, why did she end it like this?
I don't know. I have a feeling we'll get to it, but she stands strong today that she was kidnapped.
Oh, because she didn't want a divorce. Never mind. That was dumb. She just wanted the money. They got the extorted $50,000 and then she's fine and okay. And thank God I'm back with my family. Hugs. I have $50,000 in my bank account that you don't know.
You had $50,000 in your bank account before all this. That is where I'm like, you didn't work and you had your husband's unlimited black card. What do you need?
Yeah.
What do you need $50K for?
Maybe she felt a divorce coming. She was just stashing away.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could speculate all damn day and we can. Let's go.
Let's keep going. Go. He recorded this in the very likely event that they would get caught and she would point the finger at him. He nailed it. He nailed it. So they arrest both Jasmine and Quinn for extortion. Quinn pleads not guilty, saying that she did not have a willing sexual relationship with Jasmine. And look, I know some kidnappers can make you say things on a recording to like threaten if they ever get caught that you would go down with them. But she's not even saying that. She's sticking with the brainwash thing, saying that he completely changed the way she thought in those 3 days of captivity. I do believe that this can happen to victims, not in 3 days. I really don't. What, is he a mastermind? What he's doing? And actually not even 3 days, because when the clerk saw them together hand in hand and there was zero distress, that was them checking into the motel. So that was day 2. That was less than 24 hours after her abduction. He would be a mastermind working that quick.
Oh my God.
And if your entire thought process had been reprogrammed, it takes more than just freedom to undo it. The moment he pushed her out of the van, it's all undone. She calls 911. Oh my God, I've been kidnapped. I am no expert, but I think it takes some serious therapy to snap out of trauma like that.
This is very, to me, kind of like Patty Hearst. She was held longer than that. She could have been brainwashed, but then when she switches over to their side and they rob the bank and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden when they're busted, then she comes out of the brainwash. But she's like in the cop car and she's like, I've been brainwashed. I'm like, I don't think you'd snap out of it like that.
No.
I don't know. Yeah. She was literally in the cop car. Don't come at me. But that when they're interrogating her, it's like that day. She's like, thank God it's been months and I've been brainwashed this whole time. I'm like, well, that was really fast turnaround. Good for you.
It is very Patty Hearst. And it's, all Quinn needed was a nap, apparently. And she came out, she's like, Reid wasn't trying to kill me. I was talking crazy. I'm like, no, I just don't believe you. But she's going with it.
Bailey, let us know. If you
Bailey, let us know.
Do you know anything about that?
Bailey, you have involuntarily become our professional health consultant.
Mental health
consultant.
And maybe you don't know about that, but let us know if you do. Or anyone. Can you be brainwashed and snap out of it within a moment's notice?
Not like this. Not the way she's recording on. I'm confident.
I know.
Those totally recordings are insane. And they go for the full 72 hours.
Yeah.
But she's going with it. And in another twist, Reid is standing by her side.
No.
Even going on the Today Show with Matt Lauer to voice his support for his wife. And to be objective, okay, there is a part in the tape that makes Jasmine sound like a kidnapper. He says, you'll be released tonight and you'll go home, okay? I've said that from day one. And she says, yeah. It's a weird, she's a little timid and she's like, yeah, okay. But I'm like,
that to me sounds like she's sad it's over. Wait, he says,
you'll be released tonight and go home, okay? I've said that from day one.
Oh.
I'm like, that's interesting.
That's weird.
I know. But the entire recording wasn't released. It's only little clips. So I have no context. They could be role playing for all I know.
Yeah.
They could be getting off on this. I have no idea. That's the only part, apparently. And detectives have confirmed that's the only part that's like, that does sound
kidnappy.
Sounds rapey.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, though, Reid started having a few doubts and he arranged for a private polygraph test for his wife, which she failed.
Oh.
And it means nothing to me either. And previously, he refused to listen to the tapes in support of his wife, but he decided to put himself through it and it changed his mind completely. There's a clip of them having sex and Jasmine jokes, does Reid get this much action? And she laughs and says, he doesn't. And that was enough for him. He files for divorce in 2010.
He listened to that after the Today Show?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. I bet he's like, damn it. I should have listened before.
No,
so he
fine.
didn't go on air. I know, but it's just sad. Like he went in front of the entire nation, like sticking by her.
I know. Her mom still sticks by her.
Oh, God. Sorry.
You're going to say, give me a break.
Yes, give me a damn break. Gail, come on. You're the one who's brainwashed now. Let's snap out of it. But I don't want to yell at Gail. I'm sorry.
I know, it's your kid. You're just going to believe anything.
But listen to the tape, Gail. Come on.
I mean, really.
You got it, girl.
February 2011, Quinn pleads no contest to extortion. Until this day, stands by her story and wrote a lengthy statement to Dateline, doubling down on it that she did not know Jasmine.
At this point, what are you doing?
I know. They both got probation, no jail time, and ordered to repay $86,000 in overtime costs that was run up by law enforcement. But they're both walking and talking free today, and she shares custody of their two daughters.
Oh, and they're old enough now. To be like,
they're old enough now.
Are a piece of shit. I wonder if they're still in touch. I mean, that you're done for.
I know. Batshit story, huh?
What, that's it?
Yep, that's it.
Wow, that was really abrupt.
What else is there to say?
I mean, poor Reid and girls. Those poor daughters. I just still want to be in her head and understand.
You can't.
What was the point? Did you need 50 grand? No. Again, maybe she was stashed. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe there was a prenup, and that's the only thing that makes sense.
That she's like, if we get a divorce, I actually have no money.
But I think he hit it big in their marriage. I mean, yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I want to be in her head. I don't understand. She is terrible, and the fact that she thought she was going to get away with that, and like,
Right. She's like, worst comes to worst, I feel like she was like, okay, they're honing in on us and we're not getting the 50K. It's the FBI's involved now. We're going to get caught. So I'm just going to pin it on this Bosnian immigrant that I'm sleeping with.
Yeah.
And he's like, joke's on you. I knew you were going to do this, you dumb white rich person.
Bitch. The tables have turned. That was very smart. His IQ is high.
His IQ is high because it was going to get pinned on him. Had he not had that recording, it was going to be his word against hers.
For sure.
And that was not going to go in his favor.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I mean, Jasmine, you should not have gone along with that, but wow, that was smart. That was smart.
Thanks, everyone. Tell your friends. Keep writing reviews. We love it. Bailey will be in touch. I'm just kidding. All right.
All right.
People are the best. God, why do I always say that? People are not the best.
Y'all are the best. People are the worst.
Bye.
Bye.